We're live.
Yes, we are. Yay!
Hello.
Welcome to welcome to the 100's Hangout number 9, which it's been a while since we did one of these.
Yeah.
It's only been 9? Wow.
Yeah.
We've been slacking.
Yeah. In any case, we'll do some introductions. My name's Carrie, and you can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube, etc. And I just launched my Patreon today. There's not a whole lot on it yet, but there's that. So as we go through the introductions, I'll put links down in the bottom of the YouTube once we have it all saved. So I guess we'll go ahead and start with Eric.
Greetings! My name is Eric Faries. You can pretty much find me just through my name on YouTube, Facebook as Art of Eric Faries. You can find me on Tumblr, which is what I mainly use as my social media. Same thing, Art of Eric Faries. And yeah, it's pretty easy to find me. I haven't posted anything for a while just because I've been recovering from depression and back injury. But I'm hoping to get back into doing some stuff soon because I have some cool ideas.
Awesome.
Okay, and Patrick.
Alright, I'm Patrick Brown. I go by String Cheese on the internet. Mostly on YouTube. I have like a DeviantArt and like a Tumblr and a Twitter, things I need to update more, but mostly on YouTube. I'm actually going to be starting up the new like the 100's sort of thing soon, I hope. So, hopefully.
Yay. Awesome.
Cool.
Right. And Peter.
I am Peter. I go by Stan Lee on the internet. No.
Wow.
I go by Peter Palmiotti everywhere, or Human Art Studio. You can find a lot of my links on my YouTube channel. So
Awesome.
there you go.
Simple and to the point.
So do we have a topic to jump into?
I got to see the Ratchet and Clank movie today.
Ooh. How was it?
I thought it was good, but there was only about 3 other people there.
Oh.
So, I don't know if it's
Don't take that as a thing because when I went to see Deadpool on opening day, because I went like midday on a Friday to a theater that I know, there was like not that many people there, so.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and I went at noon, so that's probably why.
Ew, yeah, that's not a good time for most people. Most people go to the night showings.
Yeah. Plus, I live in an area they probably don't even know what Ratchet and Clank is or video games. So.
Oh,
I was so surprised when they were going to do a movie about that because I remember seeing about the game like, when it first came out years ago. I never got to play it, but I did play some of the early games kind of similar. So when I heard they were making a freaking movie out of it, I was like, oh god, no, not again. Please stop making movies based off video games, because that rarely ever works out. But the animation looked really pretty. The fact that they made a game based off of the movie, which is based off a game, I was just like, oh god, please don't let the game suck too. But apparently the game is really good. Like, it brings you back to the original, Ratchet and Clank, and so I'm actually going to probably watch it, because, like, I've never got to play the game, so it'd be kind of fun to watch it.
That's
game is
cool.
awesome.
Because I played games like it back then. Like I had a few games that were kind of similar in that genre or area. The platforming, but a little bit of action and stuff. I love Spyro, which came a lot well before it. So I just never got the chance to play it.
Yeah. I was just happy they had the Rhino in there, which is the Remu, a new one.
Oh, I forgot about that gun.
Yeah, that was my favorite gun.
That's so ridiculous. There's like the poultryizer and weird.
I love the gun that turns people into sheep.
Yep, the Sheepinator.
Sheepinator, that was it. I was thinking of the wrong thing.
And then they had the one that apparently throws up a disco ball, then all the enemies dance.
That would be the Groovatron.
Yeah, like it's got so many fun.
They were fun games. I enjoyed them.
Awesome.
Games back then were like that. They just took these goofy ideas and just had fun with it.
And what could this weird fox thing and a robot go in space with absolutely ridiculous guns?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it.
Like we've already seen one series that had a successful game with a fox in it, so why not?
Right?
Foxes sell, apparently.
Yeah, people like their anthropomorphic characters.
Oh yeah.
So, are we taking movie talk, or are we...
Sure, unless you want to go to food.
Hey, I'm up for either, really.
I saw
Although
the...
talking about food, will probably want to go eat some junk food, so probably not good for my health.
I saw the Jungle Book movie the other day, and it was a really good remake of the story. I was impressed.
That's Jon Favreau.
Yeah, and it was the everything CGI essentially. It was just shot with a kid in the studio and just green screen. And
I always feel bad for the actors that have to do that. It's like you're literally acting to nothing.
Right.
But I knew that. But it was really well done. I was impressed.
I've heard that it's not that bad as people thought it was going to be, because the last time they did a live action movie of the Jungle Book, it didn't turn out so well, which I feel bad because of the actor they got to play him. Instead of getting a kid actor, they got a much older, much older actor, and they basically almost made it like Tarzan, because I can never remember the actor's name, and I always feel bad because he starred as Bruce Lee in the Enter the Dragon documentary movie. He played Bruce Lee, and I was just like, I really need to learn your name. But apparently he played Mowgli in that adaptation. Apparently it was very bad.
Oh, I didn't even know they made another adaptation like that.
Oh yeah, it happened.
Well, Disney was, back when, known for their animation. Their regular movies, not so much.
Yeah, I mean they had
hits. But, yeah.
But yeah, they were the kings of animation. Like Walt Disney knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Haven't quite held up as much, but
yeah, their recent attempts haven't quite been as successful as they used to be, and I can't really blame them. I mean, the way they used to animate things and the way that style of animation and that style of storytelling has very much changed these days, and you really have to hit the right notes to get those stories to work again. So unfortunately, when they try out all this new stuff, but they don't really know what they're doing, and they don't really hire the right people to know how to tell those kind of stories, and, sometimes it's a hit or miss. I mean, I know Frozen was a good success for animation in general, just as a movie, but personally, I couldn't really care less about the movie. Like, that one song has gotten on my nerves just because they've overplayed it so much that I don't want to watch the movie just because I hate that song now. So
you just gotta let it go, man. Just calm down.
I will burn you. I will hunt you down and burn you. And while I'm burning you, I'll play that song in your ears as you're burning alive. Just let it go, man. It's just fire.
I think I made a mortal enemy today. Also, I see a sofa. Is there?
Yeah, I see someone
attached to that sofa.
Scotty.
I saw a cat.
Yeah, there was a cat.
Oh,
laying
it's
on
a cat.
Yeah, there's a cat laying on the sofa of whoever that is.
So we have a cat as a guest.
Sir, do you know that you are a cat? Just give that death stare.
We'll eventually find out who that is.
I think that
Scotty
is Scotty.
We don't have
Oh,
Mike Emirates. He needs to be a cat artist. There needs to.
there you go.
Space cat.
Yo, hello everybody.
Hello.
Hey, Scotty.
The couch
Hey.
spoke. It's
Wait,
alive.
What do you mean it's a couch?
Are you behind the camera?
It's your cat and a couch currently. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, now we're looking at the computer. There we go.
oh, wait. Damn it, I flipped my camera. That worked. All right. Hello everybody. How's everybody going?
Hello.
Hello.
Are you really using a camera to physically capture your monitor?
Yes, I am.
Wow. Haven't seen it done that way in a long time.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah.
You can't screen cap. Whatever.
It's working better than my camera.
Yeah.
Got a nice artistic angle on it too.
That Dutch angle.
Yeah.
Very dramatic.
Yeah. Just please tell Hollywood to stop using that angle because it gets annoying after a while.
No.
Use it as the entire filming of our movie. It'll all be in Dutch angle.
I just like the shake camera. Like, oh god, everybody running down this hallway. And they shake the camera when it's absolutely not necessary.
Yeah, it's one thing if like an explosion happened. Well, yeah, you shake the camera to make us physically see and feel the explosion. But when things are just moving, keep the camera on a chair system that keeps it smooth. That way we can see what's going.
So I'm not a fan of the Jason Bourne movies.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen many of them. I've seen a little bit of one of them, and I was just like, this is boring.
I enjoyed them, but that was so much shaky cam. Like, it's hard to watch at times.
It's nauseating.
Yeah.
It's like you start getting motion sickness.
So I don't know if I got your name, but new person with the
Scotty.
Scotty.
Let's
Scotty.
go ahead and do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scotty. Like Star Trek. All right,
I
Scotty,
do.
why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay. My name is Scotty Clayton, and I do a lot of freelancing from home. I live in Chicago, Illinois, and where it's been raining a lot today, and a lot of people, I've ran into a bunch of personal snags at home, like in personal life, and some financial ones too, but now that I'm getting a better stability, I'm planning on doing the 100's again. I just need to get a little bit more stable at home, so that's pretty much it. I was going to launch a webcomic, but I had to put that on hold so I could take care of a few things at home and my wife. So.
Hopefully it all works out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I will keep the faith. For a while, it looked pretty bad, but if I'm working in front of the computer tonight, then it means things are looking up. So.
Awesome.
Thank you, everybody. And who else is here tonight?
Well, from left to, right from left. Right's me. My camera's not working. Then there's you. That's Peter Palmiotti. And then we've got Patrick. Patrick, I forgot your last name.
Brown, but
Brown,
that's okay.
Patrick Brown. Sorry.
Just the color. Just shouting
And
colors.
Yep. And Eric Faries.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm the one not doing art things because I'm unfortunately dealing with a few issues.
Yeah, that's all right. Keep us entertained with movie and entertainment talk.
Well, that can do. Especially because actually me and my father, he actually started a little bit late with this TV show that I've been catching up on. I've been catching up on The Flash.
Oh, The Flash is awesome.
Because he didn't, because I think he'd only seen like a bit of an episode and he just didn't really care at the time. But I told him, I was like, dude, just watch it. It takes a little bit. You got to get past those first couple episodes. Yeah. And sure enough, we've been blowing through season 1 really quickly. We're actually on the last episode, and then I got to get him caught up on season 2. So I actually need to get caught up as well because I'm behind on DC's Legends of Tomorrow, which is a great show, but I'm a few episodes behind, so I need to pick those up.
Yeah, I stopped watching Legends of Tomorrow. Oof.
I've only seen the first episode so far.
I really like the series. Like it's had a couple weak episodes, but I think it's just having a lot more fun as it's going. They even had a Western episode where they went back in Western times and met Jonah Hex. I was like, yes, I love this.
Oh, really?
Sweet!
It's Jonah Hex is awesome.
That's cool.
I actually still need to watch his goddamn movie. I've yet to, and it pisses me off because my buddy was like, "Hey, did you know Mastodon does music for that movie?" And I'm like, "Why have I not seen this movie?" It's got a cowboy in it. It's got, I love westerns, and it's got Mastodon doing music for the fucking movie. Like, why have I not seen this yet?
Oh.
I love Mastodon. I love their music.
Movie was okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna enjoy watching it. If nothing else, I'm gonna watch it just for the soundtrack, because I love that. I love the band. I'm a big metalhead, so I like metal music. Speaking of which,
Hey, man,
actually
there's
the Metal Evolution series is on TV right now.
Oh man.
I don't know if anyone's seen it or not.
Nope, but I grew up on like metal music, and a part of me was I did it as a rebellion against my dad, who just loved country music. So there was this big civil war that would go on for a while, and then I converted my mom, and that was just, oh man, that just tore into him so bad. My mom would be like, hey, more, would talk to my dad. He's like, you know what, Bolt Thrower is really awesome. And my dad's like, get out of this house. Fun times.
Yeah,
So,
I got turned on to metal when I was little because of my brother. Like, after he moved out, he pretty much just left a bunch of stuff here that he just didn't bother taking with him. And there was a bunch of music in there. And I didn't really check it out yet until a little bit later when a friend of mine had shown me, because I had just gotten to the point where I could use the internet myself, because it was only on my dad's computer. And we were watching some YouTube videos, back during the early days of fucking YouTube. And one of the videos was what was called an AMV, an anime music video. We were big into the series because of Toonami. And we just thought it was so cool. These people were taking clips from these series and methodically putting them to music and making music videos out of scenes from these shows. And the first one I watched was actually had a Disturbed song on it. And it just, I was hearing this loud music and this heavy distortion, because I'd never heard that music before. My dad listened to country and blues and all, which I enjoyed blues. I couldn't really stand country. But I knew there had to be something else, and so I heard this music on these music videos, and I was just like, okay, what the fuck is this? And so I went through my brother's music collection, and he had a bunch of metal albums. He had a couple Metallica stuff. I think he had one Disturbed album that he eventually came and took anyway. He took all the stuff eventually, but at that time I'd already started getting all my own music. Yeah.
really awesome. Oh man, that's an awesome story. You know what? Speaking of music, when everybody starts off, when they start drawing, how many people here start to just kind of close off their office and start listening to music as they draw? How many people here do that?
Every time.
Yeah.
Everybody? I'll just assume everybody. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I think we did.
I listen to podcasts or watch videos or have them playing while I'm working. Music, I don't know. I used to listen to music all the time, but since I got into computers, it's a whole different story. I can't listen to music too long. I just get bored or something.
That's fair.
Yeah, I agree.
I listen to YouTube videos every now and then, but mostly music.
Yeah, I've usually got some type of loud music playing. Although I have diversified my musical tastes since back then, because back then it was more just I wanted something other than the two genres I've ever heard on because of my father, and the crap I kept hearing on TV was unfortunately a lot of really bad pop music. And I didn't like pop. I didn't really like any of the rap scene. I'm not into it. So when I found something that was spoke to me, it was just like, yes, thank you. And that's all I listened to. But now I listen to a lot of shit. Like I can listen from bands from like Slipknot, Metallica, Megadeth, and then turn around and listen to like Journey or Leonard Skinner, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Like I can bounce back and forth. I still love listening to the Beatles, like early stuff too, as much as even their new later stuff. Like I love it.
Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. You were searching out for music that speaks, speaks for you, that speaks to you. I mean, that's a lot of times when you sit down and you're in a particular mood, and you'll find yourself trying to search for music, but you're out of like, I don't know, I'm just gonna guess, like everybody's got a playlist like I do, like 14,000 songs. And you go like, oh man, I need something that's really hard today. No, I need something that's like jazz today. I need something that's a little like soothing today, so I don't like go on a wild rage binge and like hurt my cat.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, because I here have on my playlist a lot of my favorite things to listen to. I listen to here. I have like Rammstein, who I love listening to. He's a great band. But then I'll also listen to something like Pink Floyd. I'll have Megadeth on sometimes. I just have a variety of shit that whatever I'm in the mood for, I play in loud as I can.
No, it's great to have a variety, because sometimes you'll wake up and you want to grab your pen or pencil or pen tablet or whatever, and you're in a particular mood when you get started at your desk, and you grab the music that's going to speak for you. So
I clearly need a better playlist.
Let's get a better playlist.
I do not have that much music.
I sometimes do my playlist depending on what I'm drawing too. I had one thing I was working on that focused on a lot of older music, like Mac the Knife and that kind of thing.
Oh, I love that music.
So so I played that a lot when I was drawing that.
Although most of that music makes me think of Fallout by this point, but still love that style.
Well, probably one of my bigger influences, even when working, like after I'd gotten through listening to bands like Disturbed, was because I grew up in the late '90s and like early 2000s. I got into Nirvana pretty heavy. Like that, they were a big band for me. Because I mean, I'm your typical. Well, even though I'm not like, I didn't grow up in high school in the '90s because I was born in 1990. So unfortunately, I missed out on a lot of the '90s, but because I caught the tail end of it as I was going into high school into the early 2000s, a lot of that music was still just as popular. So I was the target audience for bands like, a lot of the grunge bands like Nirvana, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, a lot of those guys.
Oh yeah. To show how old I am, I was a sophomore in high school in 1990. Oh man.
You're old.
And it's awesome.
Age comes wisdom, right?
At least you hope
so. Why not?
Wiser than me, probably. I assume.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
True.
We're just going to all nod that we all agree and silently and move on.
Yes, quite.
So, since we're talking about music and we're talking about drawing, what are the two things that influence you the most? Anybody can start off this round.
I've already talked my head off, so I'll let someone else.
Okay. Peter?
Artistically? Like,
I hear giggling.
I'm trying to think of what kind of influence.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? It's like, I guess it's like a two-part question. What influences you artistically, like the first thing that comes to your mind, and what influences you when you listen to music when you're drawing? Like a band name or just a type of genre of music?
Well, I was thinking the other day, like, they're like comic book artists' inspirations. There are two that come to mind for me growing up. Bernie Wrightson was one, especially as an anchor. I just love his work. Everything from Swamp Thing to his Frankenstein recreation. Um, and the other one, I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with, but Pete Craig Russell. He did Kill Raven for Marvel in the 70s. He's also did some Sandman comics and lots of other things. He did a bunch of graphic novels based off of old, I don't even know what, uh, old stories or something. But he's got terrific line work, and both of them, they always inspired me. Even if I don't look like my work doesn't look directly like theirs, I am inspired from them. And when it comes to music, what really gets me in the groove, like an autistic groove, is electric music.
Ooh.
Because more often than not, there's no words, or if there are words, it's just crazy, repetitive jumble. um, but it's just like hyper music that I love to work by, and that definitely works for me. As opposed to like, oh, it is my favorite song, and it totally takes me out of what I'm doing.
Yeah, when you start singing along to it.
Yeah.
That's half the fun. We'll sing terribly while drawing.
I can actually attest that I can sing, so.
Well, you're not doing it right. Then you need to sing terribly.
It's not in me, man. It's not in me.
I envy
I actually work on music, so I'm very weird about how I work on stuff like that.
So who's got an answer? Who's next?
Carrie.
Oh, well, you guys know Turtles. That's my comic inspiration. But I mean, there's a lot of modern artists too. I mean, Peter, you always inspire me
Aww.
because you just keep going. Um, I don't know. I have so many that I can't. I don't even know if I could name them.
But like, if you had to nail it down, like, because I could think many times when, oh, I can't think of anything to draw, or I'm looking for a certain line, and I'm searching for inspiration, and I go to the same well. It's like, yeah, everybody that's ever made a comic inspires me,
Right.
and I could probably name 100 off the top of my head who I've looked at over and over, like Kirby and Walt Simonson and Jim Stalin and just on and on and on. But who do people you keep going to and looking at their work over and over, and it's like, yeah, I just want to not mimic but get inspired from.
I guess it also depends on, because I have more than one kind of style. I have got more the comic style, but I've got more of a super cartoony style. So, say probably for the super cartoony style, more like Scotty Young.
Yeah.
His stuff is so
Oh yeah.
just free and loose and awesome. Comic style, I guess Sophie Campbell is a pretty big inspiration for that. If I can't think of what else to draw, I kind of like go look at her stuff and get going there. And there's a couple of people that are probably lesser known. There's one, Jessie Sharon, who draws a lot of stuff, a lot of comics. She did something called she's doing one now with mermaids, and then she did one about queens, like a fairy tale queen type of things. It's really awesome. So a lot of times her style kind of influences me.
Cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, just before I joined the Hangout, I saw you posted a lot of stuff on G+, and a lot of it I've seen, but some of it I haven't. And to see it all together, it's kind of like, I really like your work.
Yeah. I did that for the Patreon. One of the things that I'm going to give at some of the levels is a sketch. So I kind of posted it up there. So if somebody chose one of those sketches, I could send that. So, but I also wanted to kind of put all those together. And that's probably not all of them, but I ran out of time.
Big poster.
Yeah. Music, it changed. That changes. Like I said, I tend to listen to stuff that influences what I'm drawing. If I'm doing something like if I'm doing like fan art, especially if I'm doing like Gem of the Holograms fan art or something like that, sometimes I'll listen to pop. If I'm doing something a little bit harder, like I did Blue Beetle fan art, I was listening to metal for that because that's kind of a metal thing. So it depends on what. I mean, I can tell you some of my favorite bands, but I don't know if they're really a big influence on me artistically or musically. I love Green Day.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Very good choice. Yeah.
And Gorillaz.
Yeah, I like Gorillas. Yeah,
Oh.
I like their videos.
Yeah.
He's a cool dude. Like the stuff he writes. Also, the artist he got to do all of his designs and all was really cool.
Yeah. Well, that's the awesome part too.
It's only really two people.
Right.
Like anytime he does music, it's usually where he has other people join him just for guest appearances to help out with a track.
Right.
So he always has a lot of guest appearances by multiple types of artists.
Well, you ever hear of the?
Interesting name.
I guess not.
Yeah, no, I've heard of it.
Oh, okay. It's just one guy, as far as I know, and when he does something live, he goes with a band, but the albums are just him.
Yep. Well, I mean, you can do that, especially nowadays, because anyone, if you're good enough and know what you're doing, I mean, you can do it all by yourself. That's basically what I'm fucking doing. You know, I don't have a band, so I said, "Fuck it, I want to write music," so I'll just do it myself. The only part that annoys me is the fact that I have to use a drum program. That's the only part that pisses me off because I don't like drum programs. Like the program I'm using is really good. I mean, it gets really close, but any drummer who's listening could probably tell that it's a machine simply because there's no variance. There's no human element of something maybe being slightly different on a hit than on some. There's certain things that drummers do as drummers that make it sound unique to them, and I would love to be able to get that, but I'm not a drummer, nor do I have a drum set.
There's only so much you can do.
Mm-hmm. But I play guitar and I sing and I can write lyrics, so I do what I can.
Cover all the bases, or most of the bases, I suppose.
I don't have a bass guitar, so sometimes I leave it out and I just use a third guitar track that's centered, because I do two guitar tracks are the main guitars. I have a left and right, which kind of brings out the nice full sound, stereo sound. But then I take a third guitar and I make it sound a lot thicker and a lot more bassy, and I play basically the same thing, but because it's got more of the low end sound, I cut off a lot of its high end frequencies and just leave the kind of thicker bass frequencies, and so that brings in that sound. I mean, it's not quite the same as having a bass guitar playing, but it's as close as I'm going to get. Song text stuff, yay!
So does anybody else want to address Patrick's question?
Wait.
Scotty's question.
Scotty's question.
No, Scotty's.
Patrick has not said anything.
I could speak.
Patrick, it's your turn, and then I'll go
Alright.
last.
It was artistic influences in music sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible comic book nerd because most of my knowledge comes from webcomics. That's kind of what got me started and what I generally read. So I don't really have as much of the traditional knowledge of like the big name artists and stuff like that.
Well, that's fine. I mean, as long as webcomics, in my opinion, are still comics, and I envy those that put out strips every week, or
Oh, yeah.
sometimes twice a week, and there's some of them that do it every day. Just whoever influences you, I mean, just give a shout out, a name. I mean, I'm definitely going to look up a lot of these people tonight, so.
Well, all right. So then, Tarl Hunt, I believe his name's called, or Thunt as he goes by, is the author of a comic called Goblins, and he's been doing it for like I don't know how many years now, but like 8 years maybe. And I've been reading that off and on since the start, pretty much. And that was one of the ones, amongst a few others, that really got me started. Like, I want to try this. I can do this. And like it started doing art because of people like them and how they're just sharing stories that they want to tell, and it just looks so amazing. So I wanted to join in on that. I don't really think I got artistic style from any of these people because I don't know where my artistic style influence came from, but it is weird. It's funny early on, like because young artists is always like, oh, I need my style, I need to figure out a style. I was like, I don't know what mine is. And my friends were like, it's you. I don't know what it is either, but it's definitely you. Which I'm enjoying. But as far as music goes, it's more kind of, I don't know, like alternative punk rock stuff. I don't know. I can't describe it. But like OK Go, Hot Chip, Mystery Skulls, 21 Pilots, stuff like that. It's stuff that I generally listen to and just have on repeat for ages when I'm drawing. Yeah, I don't really know. I'm not good at the talking side of things, which is odd because I like doing videos. But covers it.
It's something you pick up as you go.
Yeah.
I've done 1.5 the 100's already, and I still don't know how to talk. I have fun, so that's what matters.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah.
I've been on YouTube for a while, so I've had to get used to it.
I love YouTube so much. It's so much fun. I may only have like a few people watch, but I don't care.
Why do you love YouTube so much, if you don't mind me asking?
This is gonna. I don't even know if I can explain it, but like I've posted to stuff like DeviantArt and like Tumblr and Twitter and stuff like that for years, but for some reason, like posting to YouTube and like sharing art that way makes it feel more personal, because like it's me talking about my stuff and sharing it, and it feels like even if no one's watching, I get to like vent this stuff that's in my head and like get to just explain it and get it out there, and it's just a lot of fun. I don't know why making videos is so much fun. It takes forever for me, but I just enjoy it so much.
Yeah, it's like we're own, like we're making our own TV shows.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm making entertainment, and that's kind of what I want to do. Like not necessarily videos, but like I have stories on my tell, and I want to entertain people and share this sort of stuff and inspire people. And for some reason, YouTube is like a small dose of that.
Yeah.
Like, there's tons of artists that I watch on YouTube that I just absolutely love whenever they post videos because it's just get to learn something new and have a bit of a connection sort of thing. It's cool.
Yeah. It's a fun environment.
I saw in the chat on Facebook that is Scott circling one in.
I don't know. All he said was L.
Yeah, it's a cryptic.
Very cryptic.
All right.
Patrick, talk why.
Well, technically, it's a question, so.
No, it's only a question if you put a question mark.
Okay.
There you go.
Easily entertained. It'd be cool if he wants to join in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Oh, this might be weird, but like, he does so many videos, and like I watch his stuff all the time. It feels like he's more professional than me, so it's like I don't know if I could be the same Hangout. I'd just be quiet. I don't know how to do it.
He's cool.
He is.
Yeah.
We have a lot of cool artists in the whole 100's sort of group.
Yeah.
It's a good environment.
It's growing. I don't know if it's necessarily growing within the group. It's like there are people doing the 100's, like 100 Days of Making Comics, who aren't in the Facebook group yet, or maybe have no interest in it. But I mean, altogether, it's a very interesting group of individuals from different parts.
Like, cause I don't know about you guys, but like, I thought this stuff started with like Kevin Cross, right? Like he kind of started the idea. I don't know if he wasn't the first, I'm sure, but he kind of pushed it. And maybe people are seeing it from other people, so it's not quite the same central inspiration anymore. So it's just like spreading out. It's got a mind of its own.
Yes, indeed.
At least that time he put 2 letters.
L
L-I.
L-I
L-I.
L-I.
What's awesome is that the people watching this live stream right now have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an inside joke we don't even get.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're just laughing. Just laugh with us. It's okay.
Oh, live?
I don't know. I was like,
Live? Question mark?
I'm trying to
Is that what you're trying to say?
Crud. I'm going to step out for just a second. My camera will still be on, but I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Give me a second.
Point the camera to your cat. Oh.
Yeah. We need more cat.
Yep.
So, Carrie, we can't see you. Did you say what you were doing currently? Are you doodling?
Well, right now, yeah, I'm working on the next page of work in progress, and what I'll do is I'll take a picture of it, and then I'll share the picture.
Camera not worky.
Yeah, camera not working on Google Hangouts for some reason.
Maybe you should get a separate camera just in case this shit happens.
You know what? You are right. I do need.
I have one, but for some reason it makes my computer crash every time I try to use the damn thing.
That's all I need.
Like, I mean, full on blue screen. Like my computer's just like, no, fuck you. You don't get to use a camera. I'm like, okay, fair enough.
The computer gets violent.
Oh yeah, my computer gets very violent.
Ooh.
Hell, lately it's been acting stupid because I was trying to do like some like gameplay type videos, let's plays and stuff. I don't know why, but the recording's it's slow. Like everything's very slow, sluggish, and just kind of stuttering a little bit. And I don't know why. I have a computer that should be powerful enough to do it, but it's just acting stupid, and I don't know why. I mean,
Okay.
I constantly scan the computer, so it's not a virus. Granted, I am one of those people who install and uninstall programs like 50,000 times because I have to try everything. But it's not fragmented. I defragged the computer. It had no issues. That was perfectly fine. But I don't know. I've been actually thinking of maybe upgrading to Windows 10 sometime, just to give it a shot. Because why the fuck not?
Well, might fight with Google Hangouts apparently.
What are you currently using? 7?
Yep, I'm on 7 still.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna touch 8. I'm like, nope, skip over that one.
Lisa has 7. Is it 7? Yeah, 7 on her laptop, and she's getting messages that it's no longer supported. She needs to go up to 10.
Yeah, I'm getting messages like that. It's like,
Well,
here's
that's
your
because people realized that 8 just wasn't quite what they were hoping it to be, and so they immediately jumped to Windows 10 to try and fix the issues.
But there's no number 9. 9 is my favorite number.
Aww.
They skipped it.
They said no 9 for you.
That's really upsetting. How dare they?
I actually got the mess with 10 a little bit when I don't know if any of you see the fucking review, but I did a review of the Surface Pro 4 where I just tried it out for a little bit. I ended up returning it because I need money, but I got to try it out for a little bit. I was basically trying it out to see if it would be a good tablet for drawing, but I realized that if you're going to use it for drawing, you cannot get the lower end models. You have to jump up to the slightly higher end version of the tablet because it was chugging along. It did not like having Manga Studio open. It also, like, another thing, I don't like the pen. It always felt like it was kind of dragging across the screen a little bit. And I get that they added that rubber tip so that it would feel like a pencil. And I'm like, yeah, but now I'm used to my Cintiq. Like, I'm used to it being smooth. So when it does drag along, it just feels awkward to me.
I did read your review, and I'm like, you know what? Because it helped me, along with a lot of other reviews, help me influence like what kind of computer that I should get. Because I had to step up from an Acer that was running on Windows Vista. Yeah, I know. And a little Wacom like Doodle Fun Pad, which was like 4 inches wide by 2.5 inches tall. I'm like, I really need something that works. So I looked at a lot of reviews. I listened to a lot of videos and their reviews and your reviews and everything else, and it really made me determine like what kind of computer I really need. And I saved up a lot of cash, so I said, screw it. I'm going to get something that is a desktop model, like a Lenovo, that's built for gaming, for Windows 10, all the bells and whistles, and a really big drawing tablet and a good monitor for everything I needed. So, thank you and thank you. That's it.
Yeah. But I'm one of those guys, like, because ever since I got into computers and PC gaming and stuff like that, I was unfortunately always dealing with hand-me-down computers and used stuff, and it just like annoyed the shit out of me. So the computer I'm currently using, I said, fuck it, I'm buying the parts and I'm building it. And so I bought all the parts myself. I put it together myself. I did it all myself. And the best thing is, if you do it that way, you.
Whoop.
Oh, what happened?
Windows got him.
It kicked me out. I hate when it does that. I don't know why Google does that, but every now and then it'll lose connection, and I don't know why. It fucking does it. But
That was interesting.
it cut off like right as I was talking about the computer.
That important plot point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. What was I saying? Yeah. But yeah, I spent less building my own computer than it would have cost me if I bought this computer as it is.
Oh yeah.
I literally spent like $800-900 on this computer, and it's got a really nice graphics card. It's got a processor that's more than enough for what I need it for. It's an 8-core processor.
Oh jeez.
I only have 8 gigs of RAM, which I'm going to bump that up eventually to 16, just because more RAM, yay. The only thing I really need to replace is I need to replace the cooling system that it uses for its processor with liquid cooling, because that is just way better.
I've never gonna mess with liquid cooling.
It's really not that big of a deal once you get it set up. It kind of takes care of itself. It's just superior in cooling because it's literally using water, air, and just that kind of connection to drain all the heat away from your processor. Like, it just sucks the heat right out of it.
Oh, I know it's so much better, but part of me is just like, this is water close to expensive electronics.
They take good care. Like, they're in solid. Like, some of them actually use copper. Like, they use solid connections to make sure that no water gets out of the system.
That's fair.
Yeah, like they're very picky with water.
They have to be.
Yeah, because it's water in your fucking computer. But yeah, I have a couple buddies who have liquid cooling and they love it. It keeps their their CPU very cool, especially because even though here in Delaware is so weird because it can have very cold winters and then really nasty summers. Like, we get both, which sucks because I hate the summer. Like, I don't even like spring most of the time. I don't like warmth at all. I like very cold weather. I'm a big fucking polar bear. I want my goddamn cold back. But yeah, investment in a good computer is a good investment. Like, I will always testify to that. And same with your tablet. If you're gonna get a tablet that's designed for fucking drawing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting tired of people getting these tablets, and I know they do well enough. If you buy a Windows tablet, it's gonna work if you don't really need the most powerful thing in the world. But once you've used a really good drawing tablet, it feels so awkward using something else. It really does.
Love my Cintiq so much.
Oh, I do too. I have the Cintiq 13 HD, which I won in a contest.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice.
The only contest I've ever gotten into, and I won it. So I have not entered a contest since. I'm like, nope, that was my lucky day. I got
your prize?
I'm good. I got a tablet. I got a tablet and I got money because the original thing was supposed to be a creator's set. They were going to send the tablet. They sent a GoPro camera, and they were also going to send a Blue Yeti microphone, but they didn't have any on hand, so they said, would you just take the money for it? And I was like, fuck yeah, give me the money. And then I bought my own stuff, So I actually ended up selling the GoPro camera because I don't need it. It's to me, it's not for what I do. It's just not. Yeah, it's a nice little small compact camera. It's easy to move around, but unless you're trying to film places that need a camera that a bulky big camera just wouldn't work, you use the GoPro. I don't have those kind of situations. I would love to eventually get a camcorder if I ever get back into filming any type of like live stuff, which I might not. I don't know. So, but I do love the Cintiq. This baby is staying with me. She's nice.
Speaking of, what does everyone else use for their medium of choice or their tool?
Tools of choice.
I got a pencil.
He's got Pete's got a pencil.
That is fancy.
Hey, I have a pencil too, and it's one of the nice blue Stettler ones.
These are cool. Not draw with pencil anymore.
I'm surprised that I still can. It's like nothing ever happened. I just pick it up, start doodling, like never stopped.
Okay, I'll say this one thing real quick, then I'll let you guys go on. But the problem with me and pencil is I have an undo button on the side of my pen tablet.
Hey, with pencil you technically have an undo button. It just takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, but I'll do it with pen too. I'm like, no, and I'll like click the side of my pen, like, oh.
Yeah, if you're inking, you do not have an undo button. Technically, you do with whiteout, but it's not something you want to rely on.
It's messy.
It's very messy.
So that aside, what's the medium of choice, the tool of choice?
Well, you know me, it's digital.
I find myself alternating. I prefer digital coloring, but I'm getting to like more traditional inking and penciling. I feel like I have a little more control over it.
Well, I'm traditional, but I have my new computer is a HP Pavilion All-in-One, and it's a touch screen, so I have multiple art programs now, Manga Studio and some other things. Originally I was just going to do coloring, but I'm thinking I'll probably be doing something fully computer-wise, like drawing and everything.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so I'm going to give it a shot. It's actually is a 15-minute challenge that a friend of mine in Kentucky, Jay Myers, started. I don't know if he's the first one, but Gaz was actually doing 15-minute sketches, but he didn't set it up as a challenge. Anyway, I was thinking of joining that, maybe doing digital sketches.
Ooh, that'd be good practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like what I've done so far, just messing around, looks like crap. So we'll see.
Very difficult to get into when you first are messing with it, because it doesn't work at all like normal drawing. So you have to like retrain your brain.
Yeah. But originally tonight I was going to work on doing some inking for a comic I'm working on, but I decided I had a rough day at work. I'm just going to sketch traditionally with a pencil because on the 7th I'm going to be making an appearance for Free Comic Book Day.
Oh.
And I'm going to do...
That's coming up.
Yeah, I'm going to do sketches for as long as I can, hold a pencil in my hand.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Make sure you get one of those copper fit things for your wrist.
What's that?
They
a glove?
Well, yeah, they make copper fit compressors. It's like a wrap. They make them for your back. They make them for your knee. But they actually do make a version. I don't know if copper fit does, but I've seen they have like it's a compression fit glove, and it kind of puts a little bit of nice warm pressure on your wrist and all. So it kind of helps keep you loose.
Gotcha.
So if your wrist ever starts feeling like it's starting to hurt, they should sell them in most drugstores.
I'll check it out.
Yep. I suffer from that sometimes. My wrist starts to fucking hurt after a while. I'm probably gonna end up having arthritis like my fucking dad.
The danger of using your hands.
Yeah.
And I'm a guitar player too, so it's double whammy.
Oh yeah.
Is anybody here doing anything special for Free Comic Book Day, or?
If my buddy, who's been taking me for the last couple of years, is going, he might probably pick me up and take me as well. So I might be going to a local comic book store. I love going to this comic book store. It's Blue Hen Comics, and I love it because Joe Vigil stops by.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'm like, yay!
I should.
And what was the other guy's name? Neil something.
Adam?
Oh, how do I not know his name? Something Neil. Oh, come on! I have like 5 of his pictures up on my wall right now, and he added me on Facebook because he has a Facebook page where he posts a lot of his. Oh, this is gonna bug the fuck out of me until I remember.
What has he done?
He worked on a lot of things actually. Neil Vokes.
Oh, Neil Vokes, yeah.
He lives in Jersey, but for some reason on Free Comic Book Day he always comes up here to Delaware to Blue Hen Comics, and so I've gotten a Doctor Strange picture, a Venom picture, and a Daredevil picture from him, like a free sketch that he did. So I don't know who I'm gonna. Cool. If I go this year, I don't know who I want to get him to draw because he worked on Spider-Man, he worked on, Daredevil and Doctor Strange. He works on a lot of kind of those kind of horror comics as well. He does like vampire stuff and stuff. It's really awesome work. I might get maybe I can get him to draw a werewolf or something because I love werewolves. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Can't go wrong with werewolves.
I love werewolves. I actually challenged one guy who was there because it was these two artists who did like a zombie story about like historical figures, but like with zombies, and they did a whole bunch of them. I have their free comic book up on my shelf, but I had one like I had gone to them twice. This was the second year. The first year I'd had them draw Batman. One of them drew Batman, and one of them drew Spawn. And so I came back the next year, and I had one of the guys draw Deadpool, which I have the Deadpool, and the guy who drew the Batman one gave me Deadpool as well. But then I kind of fucked with the guy because one of the free comics that they handed out was a kind of a two comics in one, and it was a manga. On one half, you actually had to you literally had to flip the comic over to read it too. Like they were written in a way that you had to flip them around.
All right.
The one side was the remastered kind of retelling of the Rurouni Kenshin storyline. It's called Rurouni Kenshin. What's it called? Restoration. Same artist who did the original, but he wanted to do kind of a quick, streamlined version of a story. Artwork's amazing. I don't really care too much for the story because it's changed more than I think it should because I love the original so much. But I got him. I had that book, and on the opposite end, it had Dragon Ball. Like it had an issue from Dragon Ball because they were re-releasing the manga in bigger print. So I literally was like, oh hey, can you draw me Deadpool? And I was like, and the other guy was like, oh, what do you want me to draw? I was like, draw Goku. So I literally showed him Kid Goku, and I tried to make him draw it. He's like, I don't know how to draw this kind of stuff. What the hell? So so it was kind of funny watching him like try to figure out how to draw like manga, anime kind of stuff. It was fun. I also got the artist who was there had been working on the Archie comics, and so I got him to draw Veronica. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yep. And I have Batman Beyond. I got a cool artist, Jamal. He drew Batman, Terry McGinnis. It's the only time I get out of the house and go to a comic book store, so I'm gonna soak it in as much as I can when I do get to go.
What's Jamal's last name?
I cannot read his signature.
Is it Engel?
Yeah. He when I looked at his artwork, he had a lot of like anime manga-ish like style with his artwork, and he did a lot of video game characters and a lot of anime Japanese characters. But he was a really cool dude. Like he drew a lot of cool stuff, and I wish I could read his fucking name on that thing. I have a sticker that has his name on it, and I don't know where it is. Because it had like his website and stuff. Like he gave me a sticker that has his information. So when I eventually get up to get a drink, because I am gonna have to get one soon, I will make sure to grab it so I can tell you his name. I'm dreading getting up because I know it's gonna be painful. Trying to stand when your lower back is in very much pain is not fun.
Yeah.
I look like a goddamn old man walking through the house.
I feel you, man.
I don't even know what I did. Like, I don't even know what I did to hurt my back. It's just, I went to a dog park. I sat around for a little while. I was playing with the pups. I was throwing the ball around. Nothing hurt. My shoulder was a little sore from one dog just kept coming back to me. He's like, throw the ball. I'm like, God damn it. But it was adorable dog. He was a beautiful Rottweiler. But I went home that day, and then, like, the next couple of days, my back started feeling weird. And then just one day, I just stood up, and it was just this sharp, like someone just stabbing the lower back with a knife. It was so painful. Literally, it's been so painful that when it acts up real bad when I'm walking, my legs try to give out. Like they literally just say, fuck this, and try to give out. So it's been the last 3 days just walking around as if I need a cane.
Yeah, I don't typically have back pain, but every once in a while I sleep the wrong way, or something wacky. But I remember the last time I was stretching, like a full body stretch where you throw your arms above your head, and I coughed at the same time. It was like, oh.
Jerky
got me
motion
right in
and
the
then
back.
coughing.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Yeah, that can do it.
Yeah.
Haven't heard from Carrie or Scotty in a while.
So I gave up on the traditional thing and I'm coloring a sketch. So you guys can actually see it.
Yeah, there you go.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, I like that.
Like literally, as I'm sitting here talking to you guys, I'm like kind of also watching the TV out in the living room because it's the Metal Evolution show, and the current topic of this episode is new metal. Yay!
New as in what?
NU, like the letters NU, new metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys aware of that genre?
No.
No.
New metal is basically what happened. A couple bands back during the bigger times of thrash metal and a lot of hard metal, bands like Anthrax started doing. They did a thing with I can never remember the band's name. They did with like a big rap group, and they did a video with them, and they did a song together, and that all of a sudden made people like. All of a sudden, they heard this mixing of metal and rap together, and so that kind of started this whole new movement of what's known as new metal.
And what's like Anthrax did that one time.
Public
Turn
Enemy,
it up.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the song. That's the song. That's the exact song that happened.
There was it had like a whole soundtrack of like new metal, just like that together, like metal bands with rap bands together. Trespass, I think it was. That had like the whole album was like that, like soundtrack album.
It created a whole new genre of metal, where you had bands like Korn, Limp Bizkit, POD, Linkin Park. These bands that kind of have a different sound to them. They're a little bit metal, but they're also a little bit of hip hop and rap in their music.
So is that kind of like Aerosmith and Run DMC? And
Yeah.
That was kind of a thing. That was kind of a thing. Yeah.
That started it.
But it wasn't until Anthrax, did their video where they did a legit metal rap fusion that people were like, "Oh, hey, here's a thing." And then you had bands, as they kept coming out, they had like Rage Against the Machine and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of that style of music. I do not like Limp Bizkit at all. I think he's just whiny. I like Linkin Park, or at least I used to. I like their early stuff. I'm not that fond of their new stuff. Yeah, there was a few bands that were okay. But I don't really care for the movement. I don't like rap to begin with, so... There are some rap bands I actually have respect for, though, because I've actually seen a couple rap bands on stage, and they play with real instruments, and I'm like, thank you. That's more like it. If you're going to play the fucking music, have the instruments. Stop letting the computer do all your fucking work.
Or just like, throttle, or just like sit back and let auto-tune do all the work for you. And
whoever invented auto-tune needs to be shot in the groin.
It wasn't even meant for singing and music. It was.
Well, when it was used for singing, it was used to kind of help balance out the frequencies of your voice to make it sound better. Because if you didn't have the best microphone, it helped clean things up a little bit for your voice. But then certain people took it as, oh, if I don't happen to sing all that great, fuck it, just fix it in auto-tune. Instead of, oh, here, let me retry that take again to do the best performance I can do. He did okay, just auto-tune it. Like, it replaced actually caring about how your performance was when you sung in the studio.
Could you do that on an art program?
I don't know. I don't think they have auto-tune. Well, though, they technically have correction in Manga Studio where it'll correct your line as you're drawing it a little bit. So if your hand shakes a little bit, it'll correct the line. So, it's got a little bit.
The one I'm using, Paint Tool Psy, it has a stabilizer So
Yeah,
actually,
it's the same. Yeah, it's a corrector. Yeah.
like on 0, it's kind of shaky. On the highest, it draws super slowly.
Well,
So
that's because it's trying to compensate for whatever movement you did.
yeah, like it draws a fraction of a second slower, so I cannot use it. But
It feels weird.
It does feel weird. So I do like middle setting, but it's really nice.
Yeah, I keep the because I do have a little bit of a shaky hand, like which is weird. When I ink on paper, there's like no shaking. Like I'm perfectly fine. But for some reason, when I do it on a tablet, my hand doesn't always want to cooperate sometimes. So I have it very low. I have it on maybe like 3 or 4, just to make it a little less wobbly.
It feels like tablets detect more of that too. Like they're less forgiving than an actual.
Oh yeah, they are less forgiving.
Like it's like your hand moved, so we're keeping it exactly how your hand moves. Like no, just smooth it a little bit. Don't.
Especially when I started trying to learn how to use an actual like nib and dipping it in ink and then using the nib. That was interesting.
Ooh. I've used that once and it was a lot of fun.
It is fun to use. Like it has a feel to it because you hear the scratching, you feel it as it's flexing when you push down, and it's got a feeling to it.
Yeah, it's cool.
I cannot use a brush very well because that takes like steady fucking hand to fucking get that working right because it can change depending on what kind of brush you have. Your line thickness and the way it interacts with the page can change with just the slightest amount of pressure difference, and you've really got to practice that thing.
Honestly, that's kind of why I don't do traditional that much, because there's a lot of permanence to it. And like if you shake or you mess up, it's just like, well, it's there forever now.
Hey, like the masters have said, when in doubt, black it out. But now that you have digital, actually, you can kind of do both. If you do it traditionally and, you might have made a slight mistake here or there, upload it into your computer, you can fix the mistake, you're good. Like,
yeah,
it's a little easier to correct.
You just vector it.
All digital, because I can just do
I actually had to do that on a commission piece I did. I did a variant. Someone had wanted a variant cover of the original Secret Wars comics, the one where Spider-Man gets the black suit and all.
Yeah.
And he really loved that comic, and he was like, "Hey, I'd love for you to do kind of your own version of a cover." And so I did it traditionally first. Like I penciled it, I inked it, uploaded it on my computer, and then I corrected a few things and colored it and all. And it actually came out really cool. I even did a kind of a dot effect over top of it, a very faint kind of. I did a very faint like blurred effect just to make it look like old paper, just because I was like, I want to make it look kind of cool. And so, because I wanted to make it look like it was an actual cover from back then, so it was fun to do. It was kind of fun drawing the characters that they asked for because they only asked for certain characters on the cover. I had fucking Galactus's big ass head in the background, and then a bunch of characters cascading from around him. It was pretty fun. Not often you get to draw Galactus, so.
No.
And I got to have a little fun because I got to do some Kirby Crackle. That was fun. You can never go wrong with a little bit of Kirby Crackle.
Now there must be a program for that.
There are people who've actually made brushes that can kind of simulate it, but there's just something fun about drawing this little bubbles and stuff yourself. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I always say like if I could ever ink one of his drawings, man, God, that'd be so fun.
What is this pencils?
I meant like
online
really,
you can find.
like, literally sitting there with him, like actually knowing the man and getting the pencils from him and then inking it and just he is the one artist that I wish I could have met. Unfortunately, he passed away. I think before I was even born, if not just after I was born. So I never got a chance to ever meet the man. Guy's my freaking like hero.
It doesn't seem that long ago, but I guess it's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm 25. I was born in 1990, so it's been at least 24, 25 years. Or, no, 26, sorry, because it's 2016.
Time flies.
I hate my birthday because it's on the end of the year. So technically, I should be following the year number. You know, it's 2016, so I should be 26, but I'm not. I'm 25. So
What month is your birthday? Is it like December?
December. It's December 20. It's December 23rd.
Funnily enough, I'm December '89, so I do follow the year.
Yeah.
So.
But it's always slightly behind the year because the year changes to the new year that your number should follow, but it won't until the end of the year happens, and then you'll be on the number. But by then, the next year starts. It's like, God damn it, I just caught up. That is. Hey, at least the fun thing was I always got, you know, when I was a kid, I always got like 2 versions of celebration because I got my birthday on the 23rd and then Christmas on the 25th.
That's got to be the funnest part right there. Just like
it was okay. I wasn't the kind of person. I never liked parties. I never did. Even as a kid, I hated birthday parties. I was like, no, please, just make me my favorite food, and I'm happy. You know, like give me one toy to add to my collection because I like certain types of toys. You know, I loved Legos and I loved action figures just because I loved looking at them. But I did not like parties. And even as I got older, you know, my father was always, you know, ask me, like, you want to do anything? And it got to the point where I was just like, let's just go to dinner. Let's go to one of my favorite places. And so there's literally 2 restaurants that I loved going to. Old Country Buffet, just because I liked their desserts. I thought they were really delicious and all you can fucking eat. So I can literally take a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I didn't have to choose a meal. I could choose little bits of everything. And then I also love Red Robin's, which we don't get to go to that often. And because I love their French fries, it's endless fries, and French fries or potatoes in general are one of my favorite foods. Funny enough about the Old Country Buffet, though, my favorite moment was a few years ago. My grandmother was in the hospital for hip surgery because she had fallen down on ice and broke her hip. Well, my birthday came. We went to see Grandma first. You know, we wanted to see her first, make sure she was okay. And my grandfather was there, of course. So we said, you know what, fuck it, Grandpa, you've been stuck in here for the last couple of days. Come eat dinner with us. And so he came along and he ate at the Old Country Buffet. And the look on his face as he watched as I would get my food, eat it, go back up, put more food, come back with a full plate, eat it, go back up, come back with a full plate, eat it. He's just watching me come back with full plate after full plate like 4 or 5 times, and then get back up and bring dessert, which I would bring like 2 or 3 items off the dessert plates. Like, he's just staring at me like, how do you eat all that? Like, how do you think I got this big? I didn't get this big eating celery. that was a fun moment. That was a fun moment.
Peter, you were going to say something?
No, I don't know. I will say this: it's 12:15 where I am, and I have to go into work tomorrow. I'll tell you a little story, very short, but you know, I was working where I'm working now 6 days a week. I cut it down to 5.
8 days a week.
About whatever it was, 3 weeks ago or something. I told him, you know, I gotta leave. You know, I got a project and I got my own work. And he was like, okay. I left for a week. They called me back. They hired somebody and they fired him. So I went back, working there 5 days a week. And the other day I told him, look, I gotta leave. Sunday's gotta be my final day. He's like, oh, can't you just stay, you know, for 4 days? I was like, I'll do 3, but you gotta find somebody soon. So, you know, it's like the guy doesn't want to let me go, which is awesome, but I am looking to get out of there.
Yeah.
He's going to throw me a couple of extra bucks just for sticking around until he finds somebody good.
That's cool of him.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's unfortunate. Like, this town is like full of people out of work, but too many of them are lazy or something.
If I may ask, what is your job? Or where do you work at?
I just work at a restaurant. I work at a restaurant. I'm dishwasher and everything, man. Um, it's actually something I love doing. Because I'm a freak. But
Hey man, I worked a restaurant gig for over 10 years. I know what you're talking about.
yeah. But it's a great job. But I have like all my projects I want to get to, and just I want to put out books. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I'm sort of like making plans, and I'm like, okay, in May I got to start hiring people to do what I want to do. But it's like I'm stuck at this day job. It's like I can't do both. So I probably won't be that much longer. But it's just like they keep pulling me back in. So yeah, so I gotta end this soon and get some sleep. But this has been fun, and we definitely got to do this more often.
Heck yeah.
We should be up to like 25 or something.
Yeah, we should be in dozens at least. Not 9.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's because it's hard to get everybody to join in. It's not everyone's free all the time.
Yeah.
Part of the problem is we don't have people that step up enough to like, I'm a host, sort of thing. Because especially me, I don't want to host. I don't know how to do it.
I would host if my fucking Google Plus would let me.
I mean,
I'll be back to hosting. Once I'm out of the day job. Once I get my new computer fully set up, I'll be back to hosting Hangouts and whatnot.
Well, since oh, sorry.
Yeah. I'm just tired at this point.
I was just going to say quickly, because while we're on the topic, is this something we want to try and make like weekly, twice week, or bi-weekly, or monthly? Like, do we want to try and make this more of a schedule? Because I'd be willing to try hosting every now and then if we need.
Yeah, I mean, I can do probably every other weekend, but if you guys wanted to do it weekly.
I would think if we did it twice a month, considering the crowd, everybody's on a different schedule, everybody, is busy here and there. If you try twice a month and do that for a couple of months, and that and see that you have a lot of people coming on, then you can up it. But you go from 0 to let's do it every week.
Hey, I'm ambitious.
Well, if you want to host, then definitely between you and Carrie, you could do every week.
Yeah.
I was saying I could definitely try. I have no idea how to do it, but we can figure it out.
Well, Dave updated, right? YouTube updated the way the streams go.
Yeah, and I've been meaning to put together like a tutorial or something, and just haven't gotten that far yet. But I will do that soon.
Yeah, if you do a simplified video, because I did one, but it was based off the old way to set one up.
Like, doesn't it just...
Now it's a little more complicated and stupid, but
of course,
as YouTube goes. But
yeah, pick something.
Oh, I saw. Speaking of Google, I saw that they not trademarked or they get the rights for sticking something in your eyeball.
Wait, what?
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 Oh, God.
Like, you know how Google has Google Glass?
Is it
It's
Google
like
Contacts now, or
now, no, it's like sticking something in your eyeball.
oh
So
god,
I guess you always see a computer
oh
screen.
that's horrifying.
I
Oh, thank you.
I just have a feeling that could go bad.
don't know. Anyway, I could ramble on forever, but I should get some sleep. It's been fun, guys.
Yeah.
I'll definitely join if you guys are going to be doing it more regularly.
I'm down.
I have nothing better to do.
Sure.
Yeah,
For as long as I can. As long as I'm not busy at night, then definitely.
Yeah, and we can alternate the times a little bit too if it's easier for people to join in at
Yeah.
different times.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds good to me. Well, continue having fun if you guys be going. I'll watch the video later.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye. Thanks. It's
Bye.
been fun.
Also, I should probably mention this since JL Rats is actually in like the YouTube the YouTube chat.
Mhm.
So she was saying hi to us a while ago and has been talking. So I don't know if anyone else has the chat popped open, but
Awesome. Every time I try to pop it open, then I get feedback, so I don't.
Feedback.
there's
Yeah, like
If
you
you
hear
open up-
duplicate voices.
Just
if you like
Pause
open up the video and just like pause it real quick, you can actually just there's a button to pull the chat out into a separate window, and you just close the video.
I just leave the video open and keep it paused while I look at chat.
Ah, that works too.
That-
But she was saying a tutorial would be helpful.
Yep.
So
All right. Well, what I'll do, I'll host the next one in 2 weeks, and then while I'm setting it up, I'll make the tutorial.
awesome. I could always just like try and fail a bit and see if I can figure it out. I don't even know if like my computer can handle it or not, but I don't know. These are just too much fun.
Yeah.
Again, it goes back to like loving doing YouTube videos. It's a very similar sort of experience, but it's even better
Right.
because I'm not rambling alone. I'm rambling with other people.
Because that's way more entertaining.
Heck yeah!
I mean, you saw how Peter did that peace out thing, man. He was like already gone. That was so awesome how he did that. It's like Highlander 1. Better to burn out than to fade away. And when he watches that video, man, I can't wait for him to message me back and like, dude, you're a prick. I can't wait. No.
And
And then the
I don't.
silence.
Any more topics?
Well, I was going to say a thing or two to kind of jump in. I don't know if I didn't get the chance to answer the question there. What the equipment that that I use. Mine is a Lenovo Eraser. I've kind of modified it a little bit, so I have lots of coolant going through, water cooling, of course. And my drawing tablet is. I couldn't buy a Wacom or a Cintiq, but I decided to go with something different. I decided to go with a Huion H16 Pro.
That's a good one.
Yeah, thank you. I got it in January. I fell in love with it, and man, I can't take this thing to bed with me, but
I think
I
that's the
love
same
it.
tablet I have. Like I have that one.
yeah, I got it in January. I'm like, oh, I can actually do real stuff. I can actually draw things, and I'm actually thinking about the programs. I bounce around because I originally learned how to draw traditionally. I've been drawing since I was 6. I'm 41 now. So I learned at a very young age through trying to draw into a Fat Mac, but then I converted it over to PC. And now I bounce around between different programs depending on what project I'm working on, whatever the client is looking for and what I feel like I should use, I use.
Oh.
He went robot. He went full robot. It's catching up.
Originally, Autodesk Sketchbook.
Okay.
I use Photoshop CS5 to do a lot of cleanup work. I also use Painter 2016 because I love drawing in color and just making everything look absolutely dazzling in it. It just allows me to do it. What was my old saying? It allows me to have Industrial Light and Magic in a box, and I can be able to pull off everything I want. And sometimes I use ZBrush when I want to try and sculpt something in 3D, but it's got a hefty learning curve, so yeah, that's pretty much about it.
I poked at ZBrush once, and I just
Go
was
away,
so
Limp Bizkit.
lost.
Nobody likes you. Sorry, TV.
We're not talking about Nuki, dude. What?
No, it's just the TV started talking about Limp Bizkit. I'm just like, go away. No one likes you. Sorry, rage. I'm good. Pretty much.
It's okay. It's just in the TV. They're demons. You can unplug it. You can...
Robot voice again.
Uh-oh.
I think he's having connection issues.
Just a
Sure
bit.
sounds like it.
He'll catch up eventually.
Or not.
Or...
Power. It's all right.
Sounds like he's trapped in another dimension or something.
Apparently.
It's alright. Go on without me.
Okay, sure. No.
Are we back?
He's trying.
You are, sure. I'm just doing this weird pause because I'm trying to wonder what the hell's going on with everybody, but okay.
It's because you keep going all robot-y voice, and it takes a while for the audio to catch up, and it's just weird.
Really? Okay, how's this?
Yeah, your connection is having some issues every once in a while.
Okay, then, okay. Ah, damn it.
Maybe it would be a good time to call it. If he's having issues.
Wow. Okay, well then.
Hey, it seems working now. Maybe.
No, it's working. It's working about as good as it's going to get. Damn it.
Technical issues are always fun.
I don't know. I'm going to have to look at this recording later online and just kind of like listen to it, but I mean, I can hear everybody perfectly fine.
You'll probably hear it when you listen to, when she posts it. You'll probably hear that every now and then you went, and it's only now, like near the end of the night here, that it's like going all derpy.
It's entertaining anyway.
Robot voice happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been getting a new microphone anyway. Well, the rig I've got it set up through is like through my cell phone, and I get through Hangouts and an earphone and microphone piece while it's facing my screen. And
I think the issue might be the cell phone connection.
that's probably it. And shit. Oh well. I guess I'll just have to use my computer next time.
I think it's working fine now that it had caused its damage, it seems like, so. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? The beauty thing about working in my office in my apartment is that a lot of cell phone reception kind of like cuts out or just doesn't work in here. Like it even has like the worst Wi-Fi connection too, which is when I don't want to talk to somebody, it's perfect.
Sorry, it doesn't connect. I don't know why. Didn't mean to miss your calls. It just happened.
Does anybody freelance here on this channel? Does anybody do any like freelancing gigs for clients that I don't know, just anything?
I'm a freelance artist, so that's about it.
I would love to, but not yet.
Gotcha.
I don't know about Carrie.
I've done some stuff. I don't know if I call it freelance, but I did some cartoons for a lean consultant on his blog. I don't know if that counts.
I'd say that does.
Yeah, I got paid in mouse pads and a mug or two.
Maybe it doesn't count. I've done a couple commissions here and there, but that's about the extent.
Can everybody see my screen right now, or?
Yeah, we can see it.
Oh, cool.
What are you talking?
All right. This wasn't really, this piece in front of me, this wasn't really for anybody. This is kind of like one of those where I just felt like making just for the sake of making it. I can call this finished and corrected.
Looks
Cool.
amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Ooh. What is that?
That is something I felt like making. There you go. There, I can see it in black and white form that I drew it in. It doesn't have a real name. It doesn't really belong to any project or anything. This is just something I thought would be cool just to play around with the pen pressure sensitivity, and I thought, huh. So I kept playing around with the sketch part of it until the shape really took form. And I just wanted I don't draw too many male characters, like male human-ish looking characters, but I wanted to do something different, just go out of my comfort zone. And it just kind of took a life on its own. So
That's
drew up a
very
background for it. Thank you. And now I'm just kind of playing around to get a lot of the color schemes right and kind of go with my feeling here.
I found some of the best stuff I've done and the most fun is just stuff I just did because. Like, I had no reason.
Yeah.
No real meaning, just kind of happened.
Looks like we lost Carrie.
Oh no! Wait, are we still live then?
It says we're live.
Did
I don't know.
Oh yeah, she lost internet. Let me know. I'll put in the video notes. And yeah, she's gone. So she might be able to join back though. Yeah, we're still live. So I don't know. But maybe it's a good time to kind of wrap it up, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going to say the same thing. It's getting a little late, and I got to get up early in the morning. So, I mean, you guys can stay and chat and talk amongst.
I gotta move around because my back's starting to act up on me, and he's going robot-y again. Yay!
love to jump
Sounds like a
in
weird
another
remix.
chat again.
Hey, nope. I think.
That's funny.
All right, so I guess we should do our goodbyes. Should we like sign off or?
Well,
Yeah, I think we should just all sign off. So,
it looks like
crud.
she's trying to get back in. So you want to wait till she gets on? Is the video on YouTube done?
Still going.
Oh, it's really? Even without us?
Because Jay Allen is watching. She said it's still going.
Wow.
She can see us, so
Should we wait till she gets back on before we do a?
probably, yeah.
I mean, I just feel like it'd be proper to wait for her to get back on. It's her channel, so.
Exactly. It'd be a little rude to be like, all right, bye.
It's like, goodbye, everybody, and then we all leave, and then she gets back, hi, what the fuck?
Hey guys, I got it to work. Oh.
Yeah, it's like sad face. Because I'm gonna have to move a little bit just so I can get my back moving.
Yeah, I've been sitting a little long.
Jay's just like, they're waiting for you.
Oh, thank you.
That's funny.
Why didn't she should have joined in. Oh, wait. I can get Carrie back?
Yep, there she is.
Okay, here we go. Thank
Hey.
She's back.
Spots. Thank you, Metro PCS.
Mhm.
I don't know what happened to my internet.
It happens.
We were saying
You're like-
probably.
Yeah, we were thinking of like signing up, but we didn't want to sign up without you since it's on your channel. We thought that'd be kind of rude.
Yeah. Jay Allen.
Because I definitely need to move around because my back's starting to act up right now.
What's up to you guys? You want to call it a night or?
Yeah, we've gone like an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. So it seems like a good length.
I think that's good. All right. Well, see you all in 2 weeks, viewers. Whoever our 3 viewers are. Hello.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Whoever
staying
you
with us.
and whoever is watching, afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Alrighty. Later.
Later, everybody.
Bye.